Huh? Now recording.
Arise, Cregamus Prime. All right. You want to do the intro?
Hello, feisty Filipiners. It is your boy, the Husmaster himself. And today I am joined by my fellow Rizmaster, Josh.
Husmaster and Wristmaster.
Yes. And today we are going to be talking about what? What are we going to be talking about today?
The word what, it basically entails every single sentence in almost like every scenario. You'd say what the fuck or what the heck or what is that? So basically the word what, it means anything.
Yes.
Anything you make it.
Mm-hmm. I like where this is going.
That's all I got.
Oh. No.
Not right now. But okay, so last night we were on the topic of love at first sight. Now we're going to talk about what can make love go away in an instant, like a snap of the finger.
Oh God!
I think I know one factor already, but I want to hear your side of the story.
I want to hear you first because I feel like I started yesterday, and I think it's your turn to start today.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think? So what do you think on today's topic? Like what will make love, disappear in an instant?
For me, it would have to be cheating.
Oh God!
Out of everything else, because
definitely
shit like that, it just breaks your heart right away, and
yeah,
it makes you ponder about everything that happened in the whole relationship. So it's like, I'm done. I just can't do this anymore. It's over. No second chances whatsoever.
Yeah,
gone like that. So I feel like cheating is definitely the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to things that make me fall out of love in an instant.
Definitely, bro.
What about you?
Just like you, cheating, but also I feel like it's the if there's no, like, let's say y'all are talking and for like there's one day where the spark just dies out. Like one person could lose interest, or it could be vice versa. You could lose interest. Generally, what I'm trying to say is if one person starts to lose interest, I feel like that's
okay. Well, that's interesting because I went through that experience of the other person falling out of love.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna be honest, I still had feelings for the other person. For God knows what reason. Because I thought I could fix it. I thought I could save it, but there was just no saving that. So I was
irreparable.
Like, I was still in love at the time. But yeah, it wasn't gonna go away for me just like that. Like, even after we broke up, I still had feelings for her.
It takes time, bro. Like that shit. You could. It's, how do I say this? It's easier said than done. You could say like, oh, okay, I still, okay, we broke up. Yeah, fine. But if you think about it, if you really like this person and if you really put your effort into it, it's most definitely going to be hard, especially even after you broke up. Why? Because you still have these memories with this person, or, like you just said that, you still have these,
Steal is crazy.
Come on,
I'm
bro.
quoting that. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, the first fuck up of today's night, bro. Steal. But anyway, if you still not still have these feelings for this person, it's gonna be hard to just be like, okay, I can just toss these feelings away. afterwards.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be hard. Like you can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna just toss it. I'm gonna just forget about it. Like it takes time. Definitely, there's gonna be a healing process for it, but you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just let myself heal. Again, like I said, easier said than done. You could say all that, but in reality, it's just gonna take a lot of time to surface, kick in, and then it's also gonna do a lot to your mental state. It's gonna be like, oh, will I be, mentally equipped for the next one?
Hmm.
Or, what if the next person is gonna turn out like the same person? You're always gonna have, this like back thought in your mind, like, oh, is the next person gonna be the same, in terms of like, oh, is he gonna be the same like the next person? Or what if it's gonna be you? What if it's you that ends up, feeling what happened, in the previous relationship? I don't know. It just
Yeah.
depends on the person. I mean, it also depends on the person, but it also depends on the past experience too, because
Hmm.
experience definitely comes in hand. Like it's definitely useful in a lot of scenarios, relationships, work, school, everyday life. I mean, you just need to experience at least once. Even if it's not like, even if it's not something that will last. I mean, you still got the chance to to experience it.
Yeah. So I feel like for that, it's more so over time it deteriorates versus like in an instant.
Yeah,
So
like
yeah, when the other person is feeling that it takes a while to process it versus one whole
yeah.
like instance of cheating, boom, gone out the window like
But then again, it also depends on like like how, like, for instance, like you said, cheating, or what if, again, it could be if you started to lose interest. Sometimes sometimes you
that.
would talk it out with your significant other, and then you would
Yeah,
get their input on it, and then there's gonna be like a roadblock, like, oh, um now that he or she or whoever even initiated the thought of it, like, oh, what if what he's saying is true? Like what if us, or what if in the relationship you're like, oh, did I make a mistake of like starting one, even though I'm not even mentally equipped for it, or even if you don't have experience for it. I don't know, it could be for any reason.
yeah. For mine, it was because of many things. For one, I was just a
What?
bit too. How do I say this? I was a bit too corny, is what I would say.
Corny? how
Jesus.
how corny? Like what? Like describe, like, what do you mean by
Okay,
corny?
so in my case,
uh
it was always fucking baby talk, like calling her
mhm.
nicknames and shit, like the fucking trying to be cute ass nicknames. So it's like, yeah, over time it just became too much for her. So
Oh, so it overwhelmed her basically.
yeah, because I just kept like love bombing her and shit. Because
Oh yeah,
it was my
that's definitely
first.
something we don't want to do,
Yeah,
either on the giving end or the receiving end. Like, I mean, you don't want to
yeah,
give your significant other too much, or like, I don't know, how do I
yeah.
say this? Like, you
Hmm.
don't want to give them the misconception of like, oh, like, what if he's trying to, do this or whatnot. Like, I've had like many, not, when I say many experiences, I mean like attempts at like, trying to talk to someone. Like, I couldn't even reach the relationship stage of it yet. Like it's it always starts out really good, and then probably after like a week,
Hmm.
it it kind of just makes you think like, oh my god, like that's where the overthinking starts happening. Like, oh, what happens if he or she, depending on whoever it is, like, what if they're thinking like, oh, what if he thinks that I'm being weird? What if they think that I'm being, too clingy, too again love like you're throwing too much emotion to it. Maybe you have to like dial it back a little bit, or even sometimes like just talking to your partner. I feel like again at the end of the day, I feel like communication is definitely the biggest and best solution for stuff like this.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's cheating, miscommunication, or somebody losing interest out of nowhere, or even just trying to get an insight on your partner's like thought process. It's definitely the one way you want to go. You don't want to like keep the other person in the dark. At least for me, I don't like doing that. I'd always like to keep up to date, but then again, I also don't want to like overwhelm her with that feeling of, oh my god, like somebody's like telling me to do this and that. It just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Communication is
John,
definitely key. What?
I need to use the restroom so bad. My bad. So I'll be back. My bad. Oh my
Quick
god.
intermission, guys. We'll be back soon.
I have returned.
That was fast.
I just
Did you wash your hands?
Yes. Yes.
30 seconds per
Yes.
healthcare policy?
Yes.
Really?
And never, yes, I even hand sanitized my hands. I don't know why. I just
So you only pee
needed
for
it.
like 1 second, basically.
I know. How else am I supposed to?
You can be
Anyway,
honest, bro.
no, I'm being serious. I did. I did wash
Okay.
my hands. I
Okay.
did.
For 30
But
seconds, though?
yes, bro.
Really?
30, 30 Mississippi, bro.
Because that whole segment was already like 30 seconds.
Okay, bro. Just talk about your. What were you gonna say?
No, but yeah, I feel like with communicating, there has to be listening and taking in that
Oh no, yeah.
information. Like, you can say something, but will the other person like really
Mean
listen
it.
to it, or
You have
just
to
toss
say
it to the
something.
side?
You have to say it and mean it. Like I like. There's a saying like you have to walk the talk. Like you can talk, but if you don't walk it, what's the point of saying it?
Exactly. There's too much of that in today's time where people say shit but don't stand on it. Pretty
I
much.
feel like that's the biggest problem with like relationships. Like sometimes people, and it even goes in hand with like the cheating part too. Like they say they're not doing anything, but how do you know that?
Gotta show full concrete evidence at that point.
But what if you don't want to make it seem like, oh, I don't trust this person, but you still want to know if they're being faithful?
Mhm.
Like, what's the best way to go about it?
Oh, sorry. What'd you say? The first part?
No, I said like, if you know how like there'll be some couples that'll be like, oh, let me see your phone, like what's your password and all that stuff. Like sometimes
Oh,
I feel like people get like weirded out by people saying that because they feel like,
yeah.
oh, he doesn't trust me, but really they just want to know like what's up.
Mm.
Like, are you really being faithful? Are you really keeping your word that you're not talking to anybody else?
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. But
Like,
we,
how can you ask that without having to ask that?
I'm not sure. I never thought about it, to be honest. Like,
You never thought about it. For me personally, I haven't thought about it because one, it never gets to the dating part. It always gets one step short. Or
Or
the other person just doesn't say shit, so you just have to like, you just have to be like, oh, okay. Maybe if I don't say anything, she'll trust me, and then she'll say something. But it doesn't always, work out.
Mhm. Yeah, I never had problems with cheating in my past relationship, but yeah, we never really like asked for each other's passwords or anything, or like our each other's accounts. We never really did that.
I never really believed in that, even though in a relationship, I feel like you don't need to ask that if you trust that other person.
Yeah, exactly. There needs to
I
be
feel like you don't even
established trust.
trust. Trust. Your turn. Trust. But
Trusher Skateboard Magazine.
no, you're definitely. I definitely agree with you on that. Like, I feel like if you trust that person, you have to trust that person. You can't just be like, oh, I trust you, but
Give
you
me your
can't have
password.
second.
No, there's no doing that. Okay, like let's say your girlfriend asks you for your password. What would you do in that situation?
I'd
That
give
one
it
v
to her.
one.
I'd give it to her if she asked me. I mean, what am I supposed to? What am I? At the end of the day, if you a faithful person, you would do it in a heartbeat because you got nothing to hide.
Exactly.
But if it was the other way around, I'd be expecting her to do the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But the moment I noticed something fishy, I said,
That's it. Mm-hmm. No coming back from that.
even if she told me like, even if she told me that she cheated, bro, like I'm also looking for like the execution of how she told me. Like if she's just gonna tell me just cause, I'm breaking up with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I know there's people who are like, even if she cheated, I'm still breaking up because at the end of the day, she cheated.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes, and there'll be rare occurrences, sometimes it wasn't intentional. But you have to look at it to an extent. Like you have to see like how bad was it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say any names, but I know a couple of people who've had that situation.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro. Must be tragic.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Still a big yikes.
Mm-hmm. I even told my mom about it because she asked.
Oh, for real?
It's because she knew that they were dating.
Oh.
But I had to
Oh
break the
yeah.
news to her. You had to break the news to her,
Damn.
bro. She was still
Sucks.
thinking like, "Oh, okay, they're probably still dating," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know about that one."
Not anymore.
I feel, and my mom was laughing too because she was like, my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so weak." Like she just straight up told him, "Oh, I cheated." My mom was like, "How is he gonna know if he didn't say anything?" Like my mom was dead ass. Like
Oh yeah,
I
that's
kid you
true,
not,
huh?
my mom was like thinking like a kid. Like I mean, that's smart, but at the same time, it's like no.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's gonna know if you don't say anything? But at the end of the day, what happens if he finds out?
It's
It
gonna
would
be
be
even
worse. It
worse.
would be worse if he found out rather than being told.
Yeah.
And I feel like that also becomes a factor when the cheating happens. Like if she tells me and the way that she tells me, if she seems sincere about it, I'll have to think about it, talk about it with her, you know, give it some thought because it's like at the end of the day, you got cheated on.
Wait.
But
Sorry.
if she, what happened?
No, you just finish. I'm gonna ask you after.
But if she just says like, "Oh, I cheated. I'm sorry," but there's no heartfelt, there's no heartfelt tone to it. It's just, you're saying it just because you have to say it.
Then that's a bit
I'll break
fucked.
it. I best believe I'm breaking up.
Right
I
off
don't
the
need to
bat.
hear. I don't need to hear like a paragraph. I don't need to hear a fucking ultimatum. Like, no, I'm fucking breaking up with you because you cheated on me, and you had no remorse for it because you did it.
Mm-hmm. Damn straight.
But no, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, what did she do? Did she have like a one night stand, or did she just get with another person, like while he was gone?
Honestly, I remember there was a day where I just asked, like, I DM'd her because there was a day where she DM'd me asking me like, how come Jared wasn't answering, or this person was, her boyfriend wasn't answering her, and I'm really close with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super close with, like, he's, but I asked, or no, I had like asked her to like, oh, how come, like, what's up? I mean, he's probably at home sleeping. I mean, that's what he normally does. And she was like,
Right.
oh, okay. Just let me know if he calls you or if he texts me. I'll let you know. Thank you. Yada 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 yada.
Oh, what the
To
hell?
me, when I heard that she cheated on him, I was like, damn. And not probably like that was what, like 2 months ago that she had just asked me to
Shit.
check up on him.
That's insane, though.
So that was kind of a low blow. Finding out that she did what she did,
What did she do anyway?
made out with someone at a party.
Ah,
So,
man.
yep, that
Just
is the
one
deal
single
breaker.
event.
Yeah, I feel like
Fuck.
that's also a problem too. Like, if your significant other asks you to go out, especially to a party, I feel like you'd have to like establish bounds, or you just go with her. like
Yeah.
like if you don't want to risk, the fact of being cheated on, just go with her, please. Like,
Yeah.
just
Wait,
just
so
please.
she was drunk or like she knew what she was doing?
She probably got drunk. I'm not even gonna lie.
Fuck.
I mean, at that point, when you're at a party, you're pretty much, you're free to do whatever you want. Which, I mean, that's sad to say, but it's true. Like, when you're at a party,
It's a big
stuff like that, just,
yikes.
common sense flies out the window, and then your whole initial thought process is like, oh my gosh, I'm here to have fun. No rules, no boundaries, just fun. Let loose a little bit, go out your comfort zone. I didn't expect it, but shit, she did it, and she just straight up told him, and I was just like, why?
Just
Like that?
why, bro?
Just like that? Like, you cheated, and you just straight up tell him, thinking that it would be fine.
Was
I
she
mean,
asking
shit.
for forgiveness? Like she was trying to reason?
I feel like she was, but like he like practically cut her from socials and everything. So
Yeah, good for him.
I think he's like, what he's probably trying to heal. Like, he's not showing it, but it's for sure gonna show. Like, okay, yeah, bro, definitely just wants some space.
Damn. I
And
send
I
my
get it,
condolences to
shit.
him.
Yeah, no, I get it, shit. That I'd probably do the same exact shit, bro.
Hmm. How long were they
So
together
yeah,
for? For like 2 years
two
or so?
years. Yeah, 2 years.
Shit. 2 years out the window, man.
What I'm saying, bro. Like, it
I
only
really
takes
thought they were
one.
gonna make it all the way.
I really thought they did too. I mean, shit, they look very promising, especially as a couple, bro.
For real. But just one single slip up
It
caused
only
this to
takes
happen.
one. It only takes one stupid shit to make everything fall apart. It's basically the domino effect. You you push one
Yep.
over, the rest of them come falling down.
Indubitably.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obvious. I mean, I don't support cheating. Like, I mean, that's it's kind of like a no-brainer. I mean, who'd want to be cheated on? But sometimes, I'm not saying, when I say sometimes, I mean, I don't mean that it's okay for people to do it, but it happens. Especially if it's at a party, unfortunately. I mean, it's sad to say, like, yeah. And shit, he probably even told her that he can go. I mean, she can go.
Oh yeah, most likely.
But again, he probably trusted her. It probably just didn't even work out because shit. Again, like I said, when you're at a party, bro, common sense just flies out the window. You just want to have fun.
Damn, still sucks.
Moral of the story is cheating is a no go. So I respect what he did.
Yeah, me too. Just gotta let it go.
All right. What's the next topic you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, let's go over this. Okay, so remember how I told you earlier I had an idea for the podcast?
Yes.
So I want to ask you this, and
no.
be straight up honest with me.
Yes, go.
Out of all the quotes in the Coach channel, which one is your favorite?
Oh my god. There's so much shit that I've said, bro. I can't. Like,
It's mostly you, bro.
There's just too much that I've said, bro.
For example, today, still have feelings.
Oh my god.
Which one's your favorite?
La meta puta madre way.
That one?
No, actually, no. My favorite one. It's a 1v1 situation. What will
What
he
will
do?
he do?
I think that
Bro,
one's my favorite.
that one's like top 3 for me. 1v1.
You're about to join Eugene Krabs.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite. You're gonna start counting money with me.
Oh my god!
Like, what compelled you to say that shit?
No. He's money hungry, so I guess
He's money. Oh my gosh, dude, that one's so funny. Oh, and then another one. This one also involves Mr. Fucking Krabs. I ended up grieving myself, but I grieved
Oh my god, yes, top tier. 100%.
And then the one that started it all, the Squidward is selling.
1, 2, 3, 4. How many Squidwards are in my store? Oh man,
dude,
that's
Squidward
golden.
is selling.
Bro, this golden. Irreplaceable.
And then another one for me is the, oh my gosh, bro, my stupid skunk tail sold. Dude, I thought my tail was the actual tail.
Oh my god.
Freaking tail talk. It's crazy.
Oh man.
He just got his
That's
stale
insane.
Tolan.
Yep. Tolan.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah.
What else, man? What else are we here to talk about?
Oh yeah. So I wanted to ask you this.
Oh god.
Do you think it's better, like, let's say you're going through a breakup?
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to end off on good terms or bad terms? What do you think?
Huh.
Like,
That's
it's
a
a
good...
goodbye, I love you still, I wish you the best, versus I fucking hate you, I never want to see you again.
Oh
Bye.
shit. Oh my god. I feel like for that question, I feel like it depends on the situation. I feel like it
which
depends.
situations?
For example, if let's just go back to cheating, because I feel like that's the main. I feel like that's like the main topic for today. I feel like if the person cheats, I feel like, I don't know. I'm not the type of person to hold grudges, but like sometimes, depending on the severity of the cheating, I'm gonna hold a grudge because, well, shit, you kind of fucked over my heart, and how is that one person gonna fix your heart when they fucked it? You know, like when they literally took your heart, ripped it in half, then ripped it in half again, and then just said, "Here, I'm sorry." Like, are you expecting forgiveness right away? I mean,
Nope.
shit takes time. So I feel like for that, for that situation, I'd probably end it. But in terms of good or bad, I'd just leave it at neutral.
What's neutral to you? Like
Neutral is like, oh, okay, well, I mean,
passive
since
aggressive
hey,
type of shit?
yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, passive aggressive for sure. Because I mean, shit, you just got cheated on, and like it's kind of hard to process that, that thought
Yeah.
right then and there. Like it'll take time for it to like sink in. Like, oh, I just got cheated on, even though things looked like they were going good. It seemed very promising, but nope, the other person just decided to cheat. Um,
Yeah.
Another situation would be probably the losing interest.
Oh yeah.
If it's
My
the losing
situation.
interest, I would definitely want to end on good terms. Why?
Okay.
Because sometimes when you lose interest now, sometimes if you take the time to just be with yourself, learn how to love yourself, just try to make yourself a better person, sometimes there'll be like this like little like tiny glimpse of hope in your heart. You're like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm doing better. I feel like I'm ready. Let me go check on this person. If you're the
Hmm.
type of person who has, that type of like gesture to like just even reach out, not even ask if they want to date again, just to reach out. Just be like, hey, what's up? Just want, check up on you. Um, Definitely, I feel like that's a starting point. And depending on how that goes, maybe you rekindle the relationship. Maybe you kind of just, just stay as friends. Sometimes, I feel like staying as friends is the safest way to go. But
You think
there
so?
will be, yeah, I feel like staying friends, but not super close
Mm.
friends,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
if that
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I get you.
Because I feel like it'll be hard. It'll be hard to be super close because you had just ended your relationship because you got like one person just didn't felt the same, feeling and couldn't reciprocate it back to you. Like it's gonna be hard to go back to being close like that. So I feel like just staying as like friends, just saying, just genuinely just saying what's up, just checking on them and moving on with your day. I feel like in that scenario it'd be fine to like forgive them. Um
Oh
Same
my
thing.
gosh. Sorry.
My
Sorry.
bad.
You
My
just gave
bad.
me an idea. I'll ask you after.
Oh, okay. Going back to the losing interest, I feel like also miscommunication also fits in that situation because sometimes there will be times and occurrences where miscommunication does happen, and sometimes one person is giving this signal, the other person is giving this. That could also be another, could be another thing where like, oh, maybe right now we shouldn't do this. We should probably just part ways for the meantime. Again, like I said, figure yourself out, fix yourself.
Hmm.
Be the bigger person and take space for yourself and give them space because and before I say what I'm about to say, when you give that person space, I literally mean don't fucking talk.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you say give space, sometimes there'll be, and I'll be honest, there's going to be a tiny glimpse of a thought where you're like, oh, what if I just say hi to this person?
No. No. No.
It's probably not going to end out well because, maybe the other person's trying to do something, or maybe they're busy, or
Yeah.
maybe they're gonna retrace it back to the point where they're gonna be like, oh, I thought we were supposed to give each other space. That
Yeah.
could also backfire on you. if you do the wrong thing.
Only if.
So I feel like, to answer your question, I feel like it's good to, end it off in good terms.
Okay.
For the
For
right
me,
reasons, of course.
yeah. For me, as you said, I feel like neutral is probably
Okay.
the best way for me to go out
Yeah.
of it. Because last time I ended off on good terms, I
Mm-hmm.
still had hope that there would be a chance they would come back. Like, it gave me false
Yeah.
hope in the long run. Whereas, like, if we were to end off on like shittier terms than we initially did, I'd
Mm-hmm.
probably be like, yeah, this is not gonna work out. I just gotta move on and shit. But
I
instead,
mean,
like, she still said I love you when we broke up, so it
mhm.
just kind of like fucked my heart up in that moment.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably a sign. Like, it made you confused about how you felt.
Yeah, that's
I
why
feel
I
like
was like,
I feel like that's what happened. Like, when she said that, it's like, oh shit. So now I don't even know what to feel, even though we broke up. Now that you said that too.
yeah,
But no, yeah, I mean, that's very understandable. I mean, I don't blame you. I feel like also, I mean, now listening to like what you said, I feel like, again, it just depends on the situation. It
yeah,
depends on how severe the breakup was, and I feel like, as like as a person, dealing with that, I feel like it's really up to you on how you want to, just like play that out. I mean,
yeah,
me, I haven't really had that like experience of like being in a relationship to the point where like I have to think about that, but I've had experiences of like relationship, like, you know things, but they end up just going the wrong way, and then I end up cutting this person off because I held a grudge because of what they did to me. I
yeah.
mean,
It's definitely situational.
I feel like I know there's still like one person that I still hold a grudge to this day because of what they did to me.
Oh, I
And
think I know what you're talking
you
about.
know exactly who I'm talking about.
Up north? Question
Yep.
mark? Oh
Yep.
yeah, not
Ding ding
not
ding.
forgivable.
That one was
Not a
very
chance.
unforgivable.
Yeah.
Like, I really can't deal with the fact that this person had like led me into this belief where like she actually loved me, and then when we tried it out for like a week and a half after talking for a bit, she had then told me at the end of the week, oh, this person that had left me decided to text back, and that
Yikes.
had fucked with her feelings. Not only about me, not only did it fuck with the feelings that she had for me, but the feelings that she had for this other person that had previously left her.
It's kind of stupid to be honest.
I'm The one thing I can't get over is that I was there when she was down.
Hmm.
And then the moment that this guy decides to pop back in her life, it's like, oh, sorry, buddy. Um, you had left her, making her feel like you didn't like her anymore. Like, you felt the need to just leave and then come back and say, I love you. Like, who the fuck just says that?
That's yeah. I
And
never understood that to this day. Like,
and then, oh my god, it gets worse. She had then got back together with that person for a little bit and then broke up with him. I started to talk to her again just to see what's up. And she had told me, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, but I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. A week later, she's talking to another person. And then it just struck to me. I had to ask her, like, oh, so you're talking to another person? I was like, yeah, I've been talking to this person for a while. I was like, what do you mean for a while? Like, describe a while. And I explained a while, and she was like, oh, when I was talking to you and this other person that I broke up with. a while ago. So I was like, oh, you mean you're meaning to tell me that you've been talking to this person even before you started talking to me and even after you started talking? So you just straight up lied. And she was like, yeah, ... I'm sorry. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why would you lie, lead me, put me in circles and then make me find, puzzle it together? Like, was that the whole
Just a waste of
point?
time.
Was your whole point to mislead me and then try to make me forget, and then out of nowhere there's someone new, but turns out you've been already been trying to talk to this person, but you're still giving me
Mhm.
that falsified hope that things could happen again. Nope. So then I really called her out for it. That's when I decided to drop her. That's the only time that it really led to me to actually drop somebody right after a relationship attack.
Yeah, man. It's like, why?
It just upsets me more when I remember, because it's like, damn, really, I was really going through that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really had to experience that type.
Oh yeah, bro.
So
Wait, are you done? Sorry.
yeah, you're good. You're good. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say on this topic. So,
Hmm.
what would you say would make you start to lose interest in a relationship?
I feel like, I mean, for me, it's pretty simple. I feel like if the relationship is turning out to be a one-sided relationship where it's going to be only me giving effort or the other person's giving effort. I mean, even me, sometimes I feel like I'll lose interest when the other person is not, reciprocating how I feel. I feel
Okay.
like if the other person starts to, like, take time, like, not when I say take time in the response, if it takes a couple minutes for her to respond, I will understand it, because I cannot just, disrupt a person's everyday life. Like, they're going through some shit. It would be very disrespectful to expect a response right away. So I give them that kind of exception of like, oh, okay, if she takes like a little bit, to 5 to like 10 minutes, okay, that's fine, because she's probably doing something. But if these responses turn out to become hours, sometimes even maybe days. But again, for me, it never really got to days, because the other person had lost interest because she probably found someone else to talk to, or, you know, stuff happened and she just couldn't deal with it. Then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But me, I feel like that would be the biggest thing too: the response time, if she can't reciprocate how I'm trying to, if she can't reciprocate the same, the way I'm doing it, then it's not gonna work, because I don't want to. Again, like I said, I don't want it to be one sided, because I feel like I'm gonna get hurt, because I'm putting I'm like taking time out of my day to try to make it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, that's definitely that. And then I feel like if this person just is always trying to deflect what I'm trying to say, or just dodge, like if they're just trying to like avoid it, it's just like, okay, I'm about to like. So there was a time where that happened when I was talking to someone, and she had always dodged, like always was trying to dodge, and just, trying to call. I mean, shit, when you're trying to talk to someone, I feel like it's normal that you would want to talk to this person, because obviously, shit, you want to see how this person looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be fucking catfished for sure. That's happened
Yeah.
to me.
Oh gosh.
Um, yeah. So get that too. I feel like if if they're doing things that offsets it, I'm gonna stop. Like I'm genuinely gonna ask them, and I'll be like really honest. And like the way I execute the question, it's not gonna be like a oh whatever type of question. It's a serious question. Like I'm a dead ass asking, like honestly, do you want to stop talking? Because I'll get it. Like she's got things going on in her life. If you know, she just doesn't feel like she can keep up. She's being overwhelmed. By all means, I want to get her. I want to see how she feels first before saying it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah, like you said, with giving all your effort but not getting that same energy back, that would definitely
Mm-hmm.
actually fuck, I'm just like I'm counter arguing myself because earlier I said I was like still in love with my ex, even though she said she was already losing
Mm-hmm.
interest and whatnot. So I'm like, the hell? Make no damn
Yeah.
sense, Joshua. Shit.
You're good. You're good. That's perfect.
But I feel like yeah, in the future I would definitely start to see through that and
Mm-hmm.
like start to realize things are not the same as it was before.
Yep.
So I'm gonna just
Definitely.
like you know
You gotta like backtrack for a second. You gotta be like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
gotta take a
I need
step
to.
back. No heart in the situation.
Yeah.
And another thing too is like if they were to if they were to change how they were personality wise and like
Oh
be a
yeah.
different person than they were before in a bad way, then that
Yeah.
would definitely start to make me feel a little bit different because that was not the person I fell in
Was
love with.
talking to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like for that people are like, oh my god, just be yourself. Just talk to them. Just be yourself. Like that's like
yeah. No need to change
I mean,
personalities and shit.
exactly. You don't need to change. You don't need to change yourself so that I could be, impressed. Like if I'd much rather you be yourself than try to be the person I want you to be. If you're gonna be yourself, then I have to accept, I have to accept you for the person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
But if you try to change that, then it's like, oh, well, shit. Am I talking to the same person, or is this person trying to change? But
Yeah,
sometimes the changing part, it could be for good, it could be for bad. So,
yeah. Like for me, it was okay. Not gonna throw shit on anyone, but
mhm,
for mine, it was like okay. At first, it was all like genuine, like we
mhm,
were. She was like, fuck. This is gonna sound weird, but
weapon.
she kind of turned into an anime fucking weeaboo, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. And it got to a
I know.
point where she was started like fangirling over certain characters and shit.
Were
And
these characters guys?
yeah,
Okay.
fucking Levi Ackerman,
Oh God.
fucking Ushijima from Haiku. So
Kid
fucking shit.
God.
Like,
So what you're trying to say is,
bro, she
oh,
that when she started to watch like anime, that's when she got like a little bit
mhm,
weird.
okay,
Like a few months down the road,
right.
like
I mean, as a
it
person
became
who
too
watches,
obsessive.
I feel like as a person who watches anime too, I kind of understand her, but at the same time, it's like I don't have time to do that. Like, I feel like for that, I felt like she did it every day. Like, she had to have watched something religiously to the point where it made her obsessed. And then that obsession believe it or not, it became a fucking fetish, bro.
Yikes.
Like, sometimes people fetishize Asians, Latinas. There's a difference between fetishizing and, like,
Having a type.
yeah, there's big difference. Big difference. Even the way you describe it, there's a huge difference.
Like if someone says, "Oh, I want an ABG with, extensive lashes and shit," like
Jesus.
versus, "Oh yeah, I prefer an Asian." That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fine line between that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it just became kind of out of hand for her. So
Mm-hmm.
it changed her personality by a lot in the end.
God.
Even to this day, oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Yikes.
God, that is not good. But
Okay,
yeah, I mean,
anyway. Yeah.
so what else you got, bro? What else you
So,
got?
what do you think should be the maximum age gap between a couple in a relationship?
Well,
In minors and adults.
for minors, I feel like it's gotta be like a 1 year. Like
No
that's
more
the
than that.
max. Like as a minor, you can't be a freshman dating a fucking senior, bro. Like that's no.
Nope. Not happening.
Hell no. I feel like after you get out of high school, I feel like bumping it to 2 years is safe because majority of the time when you're in college, you're probably 19 or hitting like pushing 20. So
Mm-hmm.
as the person being older, it kind of gives you that, oh, okay, she's a college student. She's almost basically, I mean, she's basically an adult, but she's basically a pre-adult. That's
Yeah.
like for my situation, she's 20. She's 20 in 2 days. No, 3 days.
Wait, 3 days. Oh shit, that's right.
October.
It's in October. Fuck.
Yes. October 10th. I remembered.
Oh my gosh, I remember you told me it was in December. I was like, wait, what? How did it switch from December to October?
No, I thought she had told me. I thought I read something like from her. But no, she had told me to. I asked her like when was her birthday, and she had straight up told me she was October 10th.
Yeah. What you gonna do for a birthday?
Well, shit, there's nothing much I can do. She's all the way on the other side of this.
I mean, DoorDash, Boba, hello.
DoorDash boba. Yeah, I could probably make that happen, but I don't want my parents to like stalk my, bank account.
Do they still do that to this day? Like,
Yes, they get
oh sh-
notifications when I spend.
why don't you just get a
So
DoorDash gift card? And oh wait, no, never mind. That's gonna.
it's gonna alert them.
But
My
bro,
mom specifically.
I feel like this would be like a shifting point in like your guys' relationship though if you do something for a birthday, whether it's like a paragraph or something.
Yeah, I feel like
If you get her
that
something,
too.
it would mean a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I could do something like that. But then I'd have to ask for her address if it was a DoorDash,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and
Maybe it's just a
then that.
paragraph then.
I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see. Again, we'll see how this progresses. I mean, if she, like I said earlier, if she texts me tomorrow, then maybe this is probably going to be a sign of like, oh, she probably wants to keep talking.
Yeah.
Because she had told me too, like, I asked her, like, what does she look for in a guy? That's like,
What does
that
she
was
look
like,
for?
so she looks for a guy who's caring, who's not only looking for women for sex,
Mm-hmm.
um, someone who just like treats her right, basically. So it's a pretty simple standard list, which I like. So
Yeah,
thank
not
you.
too much. Like, oh, you gotta be 6 foot. You gotta
Didn't have no height
have muscles.
mentioned, nothing like that
I
yet.
wonder how tall is she?
Um, I don't know, bro. Well, she probably looks about maybe 5'4", my guess.
Oh, not
But
bad for you.
no, not bad at all. I mean, at this point, bro, if it works out, it works out. Like, I hope it works out. That's my thought. I mustn't be pessimistic about this. I must be optimistic.
Yeah, definitely. After what happened today,
Yes, must
the last
definitely be
12 hours.
must be very optimistic. Why? Because like I said earlier, if she had fixed her phone and didn't text me or say anything, she was probably thinking like, "Oh, that's it, done for."
Fuck.
Like she was probably gonna move on if I didn't, you know. But if she, because I texted her too. It was weird because when she stopped texting me, bro, I was literally out eating sushi.
Oh, really?
And then after my messages sent, I sent her our Connect Four. We were playing Connect Four, and it didn't
Mm-hmm.
send. It didn't say delivered after. So I was like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? So then I
Okay.
tried typing I just tried typing like oh I'm about to head home and all that shit, and it didn't say delivered. So I was like, oh shit, like something's up.
Fuck.
So that's when I started.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I started going in a state of panic. So I was like, fuck, like did I do something or?
Panic zone.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's good though that she still responded because most would just move on after that.
Yeah. Most would probably move on or just be like, oh, he was probably just another guy trying to get in
Mhm.
my trying to get in the DMs, just talking for attention. But
Nope.
no, I straight up told her I was like, nope, I'm not like any of those guys who are porny. I mean, I mean, it's safe to say that like that's. I feel like that's the problem with society right now. It's like when you get a DM or like when someone talks to you, you won't know their motives until they start getting to the nitty gritty. Like when you start to feel like something is off about them, you have to play along so that they open up and then do what they do, and then you have to see what they are trying to do.
Yeah.
And it's happened to me multiple times, bro. I kid you not. They start
Mm.
asking, "Hey, how you doing?" And then I sometimes you get the three bubbles, like, "Oh, I'm talking to a legit person." Sometimes you get the automatic fast response, no bubbles, copy and paste shit.
Yeah, bro. It's
So I was kind of skeptical at first with her because the weird thing is I followed her from Threads, and then her account is private, so I had to request it, and she accepted it, and then followed me right afterwards. And
damn
I didn't even comment on her Threads post. She just followed me back.
shit. The Huzzmaster at play.
I was low key stalking through the comments, bro, and there were some hungry ass old people in there.
Oh hell no.
Even there were some weird ass women in the comments section too, bro.
Your voice looks beautiful.
Goodness gracious. Hey, sweetie, do you have Discord? What?
Like
Goodness.
what?
And this kid is saying he's 17. Like, bro, stop talking like you're fucking 40.
For real, bro's acting like a creep.
I feel like that's the problem. That's also another problem. People like to mask their identity and hide their like motives, and then when they see that the other person is getting comfortable or almost trying to bite into the bait that they're trying to set out, that's when they start becoming freaks. And then if they have something, like if they can get something out of you, they'll use that against you to get what they want. I kid you not, this something like that happened to me. something legit happened to me like that. Like, I thought I was talking to a person. Turns out I was talking to a scammer. And then she tried to make me cough up $1,500. She said she had like pictures of our conversation. I was like, my whole conversation feed is nothing but just trying to talk to you as a person, not as a fucking scammer who, is money hungry, trying to create scandals, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you gotta cough up this amount so that you can keep your pride and so that
Pride.
nobody, your, your, so nobody finds out the scandal that they had just put together." And it happened to me because she had photos of her combos, but I was like, "What are you gonna get from that, though? Like, what?" So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Like, do you think? What do you think is like how long do you think it should take for someone to get to know someone before they ask that person out? Like, what's the
I feel like
time
I feel like
frame?
I feel like like honestly, I feel like it should take a month to 2 months.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
I feel like if you're going for
Reasonable.
if you're going for a year,
That's a lot.
that's a long ass time. One,
That's a year down the drain
two,
if it doesn't work out.
exactly. That's the problem. So I feel like doing it too early too can like make the person like, oh my god, like this person really wants to do it. That's why he asked me so early, even though I don't know shit about him. And then
Yeah.
sometimes, and there will be relationships like that. Like it happens. Like sometimes they find someone, they find like a very early connection, and sometimes those connections open up to more connections. It like progresses very fast, and sometimes, and it happens, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I feel like the more you have in common, I feel like it's more easier to like try to court someone in terms of asking them out to be your girlfriend, not to marry them yet, because that's way too fast. You ask someone to marry them and they're not even your girlfriend yet, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? That is literally what you call jumping the gun, bro.
Yeah. Jumping the gun.
How
Yeah,
about
I feel
you?
like a month or two is like a reasonable time frame because one, it's you could do a lot of talking within that time frame and then do certain things that would kindle the relationship between one another.
Oh,
And two,
yeah.
I feel like a year is just too much. Too much
I
time.
feel like I feel like the more longer you wait, sometimes that'll also make the other person, again, going back to your previous question of like what would make me lose interest if someone did that to me, like if they had purposely waited a year just to ask me out, it's like, why didn't you do it before? Because now I have this feeling, oh, what if she was talking to someone, or what if she thought I wasn't the one, but just had kept that feeling lingering around. Sometimes people's feelings change.
Yeah.
So I feel like in spite of like, you know, in spite of being rejected, I feel like making a move now, or making the move early but not too early, is smart, because
Mm-hmm.
you have time to brace yourself. You have time to, grasp what the other person is asking for. And then when they ask it, it's like, oh, okay, I've had time to think, I've had time to process. Now, what is my answer?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
hopefully
see that
with
too.
this person, if I can get past a month, Because the longest I've had was 2 weeks.
Mhm.
If I can get past a month to half of a month, or a month to 2.5, or actually, no, I feel like 2.5 is too much. A month to two, yeah. Let's keep it to that ratio. A month to two, 1 month to 2 months to getting to knowing that person, because I feel like, again, like I said, keeping it, waiting for that type of question to pop up
Mhm.
late on, bro. Sometimes even your significant other will think, is this person even like me? So, yeah, man.
Okay. Another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're on your way to becoming a nurse, registered nurse.
Right.
You're in the nursing program,
Mm-hmm.
and you're with your partner, but there are some issues going on. What
Fishies?
would you choose between your career or your partner in that situation? Like,
What do you mean fishies? Like,
no, I meant issues going on in the
oh,
relationship
issues.
because you don't
Oh,
have time with like your partner because you have to study and spend time away and
I
shit.
feel like
What would you do?
I personally would talk to my partner. I would tell him like, "Hey, I probably didn't tell you." Or sometimes you tell them, you just have to like refresh their mind. It's like, "Hey, I'm taking, for example, we're gonna go with your nursing example. I'm taking my nursing slash RN major, and I'm trying to finish it. Um, how do you feel if like there will be times where like I can be available for you, and I will make an effort to make myself available to you, but like if I'm really busy to the point where like I can't touch my phone and I gotta finish this before talking to you, I need my partner to understand that like I'm a human being too. I have a life, and
Yeah,
I don't mean it in like an asshole or dick way. I have a life, and I have to live it
yeah, because it's
because
the future you're talking about here. Like,
exactly.
got to finish your school and stuff and have your career set instead
Yeah.
of just
I feel like
you know.
I feel like waiting for it is not gonna help you at all.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I would just communicate it out. Just try
Yeah.
to understand. You know, not there's not gonna be a day where like the love is
Oh
not
no.
there. It's still there. Don't get me wrong, but
But
we just
work.
don't can't have time for each other every day.
Yeah, I mean, there will be days where like it's work and strictly for work, and I get again as a person, I understand why they are people just like me and you, and they need to have time, to finish what they're trying to accomplish in life. So
Yeah,
definitely being understanding is also another key aspect to to relationships.
yeah.
Yeah. What else?
You think it's possible to stay friends with an ex in the long run?
In the long run, I
Like, do
feel
you
like
still see yourself like being on good terms with that person, keeping in contact with each other, like basically
uh
going back to square one, just with the
with the
memories of the
person.
past,
Hmm.
the ex, the ex in the
Well,
situation.
I feel like yeah, you gotta check her mark first.
What?
I've
So you gotta check your mark first.
my mark.
Oh
Oh
my gosh,
no,
are you
no.
falling asleep?
Yo.
Oh,
Oh no.
you're good, chat. You're
Uh,
good. Don't worry.
yeah.
I can hear the voice settling in.
Yeah.
The sleepy voice.
Oh no, it's 11:11.
Oh my gosh.
Make a wish, make a
Yeah.
wish.
I gotta go sleep soon. I
I
wish to have a good
know.
night's sleep.
Yes, I wish to wake up to something good
Some good
and
news.
sleep properly.
Yeah. But do you think it's possible to stay friends?
Oh, that's what we're talking about. What the fuck was I saying?
Bro,
What the fuck did I say?
I don't know. You're like just um change my mark. That was all I remember.
Oh my god.
This
Yeah,
was softball and volleyball part two.
yeah, I'm definitely falling asleep. But
Okay,
no.
let's end it off on this one.
What do I think about it? No, I think it's gonna be hard to because, well, I feel like I don't know, bro. This is hard. I feel like for me it just depends on, again, like I said, the severity of like what happens. If it's not too severe and if it ends on good terms, like both people understand that like it's not gonna work out in a relationship, but as friends, I feel like it'll benefit you because you know that person and that person knows you, and if one person is trying to find someone else and the
Yeah.
person that they're meeting knows nothing about them, you or the other
Mhm.
person could potentially help them, and then you could experience that memory again, but it's going to be with the other person and not you, which is the only downside to that. So I feel like it
Yeah.
definitely depends on the severity of the breakup. I mean, again, if there are things that need to be said, by all means, say it now rather than keeping it in or forever hold your peace. So, yeah, that's how I stand on that last question.
It just depends on the severity, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just depends on how severe it happened, when it happened, why did it happen, and did that person learn from that past experience?
Yeah. Yeah. Because like you said, with cheating, obviously there's no staying friends after that.
Yeah,
And like, if it was, if it were to end off on good terms, there would still be some hope here and there on if the
yeah.
relationship could continue. But yeah, I just still think it's hard, like, just
Yeah,
to
it's
stay
definitely hard.
friends.
It's definitely hard. I mean, it's gonna be awkward seeing that person almost every day or even every day, but you guys are human, nobody's perfect, things have to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just
Um
reminds me of this one Bruno Mars song.
what's oh no, I'm falling asleep.
Do you know Too Good to Say Goodbye?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I used to like think about that because like what what we had was just too much to like give up and just stay friends after that. Like
Yeah. I get that.
I just could never
Yeah.
see myself like just staying friends and not lovers after what we've been through
Yeah.
for those few months we were together. So it's like it would be hard to stay friends just for that. And
Hopefully.
yeah. Yeah.
Alright, man. I'm like dead ass about to knock out. I don't want to knock out and say some more nonsense, so
Nah, I'll let you do the outro on this one, bro. I've been doing
no, no, I
I
can't,
did it the
bro.
last two times.
I can't, bro. I feel like I'm gonna start saying some gibberish again. I can feel it.
Bro, it's just for like 10 seconds. You got
I
this.
can't, I can't, bro. I'm like my eyes are. I'm basic. I'm real. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm talking to you with my eyes shut. I feel like the more I
Okay,
start talking,
but
bro,
you're still talking clearly right now. So,
right now.
yeah,
But
it will carry on into the outro. So, carry on, Jerson.
all right, gentlemen, gentlemen. Oh my god. All right, people. Um, that's gonna do it for today's episode. As unfortunately, I am about to knock out, and I'm about to say some nonsense again about softball and volleyball or making your fucking mark. So that's gonna be it for tonight. I hope this was very not only informative for me, but this is also informative for Josh.
Oh, it definitely
and
was, for sure.
and for
I
people
enjoyed
who
this.
will be watching this,
Yeah.
hopefully, with our 25 subscribers.
26, actually.
26.
Today.
Oh man, 26 subscribers. So hopefully you
Yeah.
guys watch. And thank you for hearing us out. This is the Huzzmaster and the Rizzler signing out.
Signing. Peace.
Later, guys.
Good night.
Good.